Greetings from the world of vocabulary, and we are on list 6. And again, please pause as necessary through the screencast, fast forward, reverse, whatever you need to do. Our first word is advise. Advise. It means to recommend or to give advice to. Please note that advise is a verb or an action word, and it is the action of giving advice. Here we see people advising each other at a business meeting. And a quick cartoon. Not everybody likes advice, so one of the boxers is advising the others not to give that advice. Fairly big word family. Please note that if you are the person who gives advice, you might be an advisor because you advise for a living. And it can be spelled two different ways, with an OR on the end or an ER on the end. So you can see how the suffixes mean the same, and each is acceptable. Current. It means modern, existing now, in general use or practice today. Here you see a picture of somebody with a barcode on their head. When I was your age, barcodes were not very popular. They were not used. But today it is the most current method of scanning a product, used for inventory, used for pricing, used for checking out at retail stores. A barcode, it's current. Here we see some current technology. And if you join a mailing list, you're joining it because you want to receive the current news and information, the up-to-date, the things that are happening now, and that would be your reason or motivation for joining a mailing list. Current. Current has multiple meanings. We're studying it meaning modern, up-to-date, and that is an adjective. It describes what is up-to-date, the person, place, or thing. But current is also a noun that means moving water, the current of a river, or a flow of charges of electricity. If you are exposed to an electrical current, then you may receive a shock. Deprive. To take away from, keep from having or enjoying. It is when you don't have what you want or need. There is a specific connotation for this word. It normally indicates a serious situation. Being deprived of food causes starvation. So you wouldn't say that you were deprived of a snack, but you may say that you were deprived of food due to a drought or a famine. Here a person is deprived of their freedom. Children who become soldiers are deprived of an education. Here is a poster promoting Human Rights Day. And there are organizations around the world that fight the deprivation of human rights. Here in the United States, we take some of these things for granted, but in many countries, people do not have freedom, peace, dignity, justice, prosperity. They are deprived of those human rights. Hesitate. Should I do it? Should I not do it? I'm not sure. It's when you don't take an action or you can't decide because you're unsure. And hesitate has some pretty cool synonyms. Dither, falter, shilly-shally, waver. And of course, shilly-shally is my favorite of those synonyms. What's in your way? What is keeping you from deciding? What are you unsure about? That's what makes you hesitate when you're unsure. Word family, hesitant, hesitation, hesitating, hesitated, hesitancy, hesitantly. You can see you can use it as a verb, an adjective, or an adverb. This note shows a person's hesitancy. Because they don't know how to pursue their goal, they can't really write a to-do list. They don't know the next step in pursuing their goal. They're unsure. Maintain. The definition is to continue, to carry on, to keep in existence. We maintain one's health by working out. You can maintain a flower by giving it help with the stake. You've seen folks maintain gardens by weeding, staking, giving plant food, watering. They're maintaining the garden. We know that we have to be green if we want to maintain the earth. Maintain. The Taj Mahal is considered one of the 8 wonders of the world, and it has been maintained since it opened in the 1600s. It's been kept up to date. I shouldn't say kept up to date. It's been kept in good condition. They've maintained it. Maintain, maintains, maintaining, maintenance. A judge uses a gavel in maintaining suitable behavior in the courtroom. Minimum. Smallest in size or amount that is allowed or possible. Least. And you were first probably introduced to the word minimum when you wanted to go onto a ride at an amusement park or a theme park. And you had to be a minimum height to get on that ride. So the word minimum is used a lot in rules or requirements. Minimum wage grew from 25 cents in 1938 to $5.15 in 1997. The federal hourly minimum wage. That means an employer must pay a person at least that much per hour. Minimum. The minimum payment would be 1 cent. We don't have any monetary amount that is less than 1 cent. And the minimum a shopkeeper could charge a customer would be a penny. We don't have anything less than a penny. So it can be an adjective and describe something, or it can be the noun and be the thing itself. Objection. A dislike, a feeling of being against something, or disapproval. People are gathering in Egypt to protest their objections on how their government rules. They highly disapprove of what's happening in their country, so they have these gatherings to show their objections. If you're trying to make a decision about something, a person might use a pro and a con chart to make a decision or solve a problem. And the con would be where they look at their objections, the things that they don't like, the things that they don't approve of. How to overcome sales objections. A salesperson would study how to overcome objections or disapprovals so their sales pitches would receive approvals instead of rejections. Objection. Originate. The definition is to come into being, to start, invent, initiate. The root word is origin, so it's from the beginning, and the study of hominids is a theory of how humans originated. We've studied that in ancient world history. Hominids. It's how humans originated. This pie chart shows how English originated from other languages. People were speaking all of these other languages, and they started to mix the language together, and it is now what we know as English. You can see how many different languages have come together in English. The origins of soccer are in China, 400 years BCE, before Common Era. And that is a drawing of soccer from China. Originate. Penalize. To punish, to cause to suffer for doing something wrong. And the root word is penal. It's related to punishment. And you can see that a person will be penalized from running their car into a tree with the bill. A person might be penalized at a game if they don't follow the rules. Penalize. Used in sports a lot with the penalties. A person might receive a penalty, or the whole team might be penalized. If a person doesn't pay their taxes on time, or they don't pay the right amount, they might be penalized. They might receive a penalty. And here it looks like this young man is going to receive a penalty or be penalized for his misbehavior. Reliable. The definition is able to be depended on, trustworthy. Superheroes are always reliable. We can always trust them. Characteristics of a reliable person: self-control, responsibility, honesty, respect. This is the characteristics of a reliable person. And during World War II, women proved to be reliable workers in the factories. So many men were in the armed forces that women had to go to work in factories to make what they needed to complete the war. That's it. Thank you.